Cut the music. Okay. All right. So, guys, let me show you guys something. Okay. Before we go on to anything, I need to show you guys something. Look at this. Okay. I want you all to take a look at this picture. Okay. I noticed something. When a person is asking for monies, typically, now I say typically because I haven't really had to ask for money from anybody myself, not much, every now and again maybe, but when I do, if I ever ask anybody for money, I come humbly. Because at that moment, I don't have the cards to really dictate anything because I am the one asking for something. Now, take a look at this guy. If I told you, look at this picture, out of these three men, who is asking for money? Out of these three men, who is the one asking for monies? You guys would tell me it would be the guy in the red tie. It looks like the guy in the red tie is the most humble one. It looks like he is the one coming humbly. But no, the guy in the red tie is actually the most powerful one. He is the one giving the money, and the one asking for the money has his arms crossed, brows tight, tight-lipped. How is this possible? How? Am I stupid? Am I wrong? Oh my gosh, now my computer froze. Great. Oh, yay. It's doing this thing again. StreamYard, we're going to have to do something with you. Anyway, are you guys still good at least? Can you guys still see me and hear me? I'm not frozen because StreamYard is... Samael, I think we're going to have to get something else. We're going to have to get something else. This StreamYard is absolute garbage. He says, Zelensky doesn't have the cards, the height, the maturity, the respect, the integrity. Listen, oh my gosh. Zelensky should have been hat in hand. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And it's freezing. God darn, it just started and it's still, oh my God. We got to get out of StreamYard. StreamYard is absolute garbage. Anyway, what was I saying? So you guys see that. And even Joe Biden, think about this. Sugar Daddy Joe Biden, even Sugar Daddy Joe Biden had an argument with Zelensky about how ungrateful he was. Even when Sugar Daddy Biden was, he still had an argument. Oh, thank you guys for telling me that you guys are clear and everything. It's only for you guys. On my end, it's absolute garbage. It's SHIT on this side. I'm just letting you guys know. On my end, it's garbage. But I'm glad that on your end is good. I bet it is. But yeah, so Sugar Daddy Biden had to call out Zelensky for not being grateful. Even him. So Zelensky, did you guys see what he was saying? I know I haven't said hi yet. Just give me a second. Did you guys see what he was saying? Zelensky was over there like this. And you know what else I noticed about this? Even before anything, Trump said, we want peace, we want solution. And what is the first thing that he does? He goes like this. You are in no position, sir. If you want to fight, you're going to have to fund your own war. If you really want to keep this going and you're all big and bad, well, then be big and bad on your own dollar. No? Am I wrong? Be big and bad on your own dollar. But he is using the United States as his personal hound dog. You know what I'm saying? Where he's like, we don't have to stop because we got the United States backing us up. He had the nerve to tell our vice president, well, in 2014, you guys did nothing and you guys did nothing. Why the hell is it our job to defend your border? Why the hell are you looking at us when your border gets invaded? I understand you want our help, but we are not to blame. He's like, well, when Biden was president or Obama, you guys didn't do anything. We shouldn't have to. It's called Ukraine for a reason. I don't know. I was just, guys, I watched that whole interaction from beginning when they opened the cameras all the way till they close the cameras. Exactly. He thinks that we are an ATM machine. And you know why? Because of Obama and Biden. We already know. I would say Biden, but Biden wasn't there. That even when he was, oh my God, I'm frozen again. Even when he was shaking hands with Biden and all that, he wasn't really talking to Biden. He was mostly talking to Obama, and we all know that. We know. Oh, yes, my Suka. Tell me, watch. Look at me. Look at me right now. Look what I'm wearing. You guys see that? Even I look better than how Zelensky dressed to go to the Oval Office. And you know, look, even me looking like this, I still look better than how he looked. Oh, and you know what else? Okay. He does that on purpose. And he was called out by it by the American press. They said, "Why aren't you in a suit? Do you not own a suit? You haven't worn a suit in years. What is wrong with you? We understand you're at war, but you're not on the battlefield. There's no reason for you to not dress appropriately. You're a damn president." But he does that so that more sympathy. It's all for sympathy. He goes around the world wearing rags, wearing crap like what I'm wearing, with rips in it and holes in it, so that he can get sympathy. Look at us. Can you please give me money? Yeah, but I don't want the ceasefire. But I still need your money. No, Ukraine is fine. We have beautiful cities and people go to work and we're fighting. But we need a lot of money. We need security. What is it? Which one is it? He is. Well, we know, D14, we know that was his little career before. And did you guys see his and I'm not even going to get started on that. I'll I won't be petty much, but I'm just saying I won't be petty. But all I'm saying is that you look stupid. You're a damn president showing up to the highest house in the world, and you show up to our house in our Oval Office, which is the highest office in the damn world, and you show up and you can't even wear a decent suit for this event. I don't know. I mean, it's just pathetic, you know. And what I loved is that I love to see Trump and JD standing. But did you guys see? I know I'm frozen. I know. Did you guys see how they backed each other up? Did you guys see that? Because Zelensky said, "Oh, so JD, you think just because you talk loud that you're right?" And then what did Trump say? "Oh no, he's not talking loud. He's not talking loud." He's like, "You want to hear loud?" I was like, they backed each other up. Now, you guys know if it was Mike Pence in there, Mike Pence would have been sniffing Zelensky's butthole to see if he can smell the Ukrainian babushkas. Oh my God. Of course, I get frozen on that scene. I got frozen like. Anyway, but he would have been sniffing Zelensky's butthole. Okay. And no. And thank God that we have JD. I'm just, and watching them, Watching them back each other up, it just made me feel so good. I was like, that's how we do it. That is how American people, that's how we do it. That's how it should be done. That's how it's done in the streets. That's how it's done in the streets. Have you guys ever seen street conversations when it comes to not patriarchy, uh, when you're patriotic? Yeah, patriotic street arguments versus like Mexicans or anybody who's not American, or they have their Mexican flag or something. They go just like that. The Americans back each other up, and the others back them. They back themselves up. That's how it should be. We shouldn't be weak, especially in the face of a foreigner. We should be standing next to each other. We should be backing each other up, especially when you're right and they were right. Just give me a second. I just need a minute because I need to see this again. Look at this. Every word that JD said, Trump backed him up. And Zelensky is so used to being able to just come over here, say a couple of words, and take billions. And he didn't get that this time. He didn't get it. Trump also said, now, with this whole deal, if we're going to give you money, you're going to give us raw materials from your country. You're not going to get money for free. We're going to get something out of this. America is going to get something out of it. We're not just going to give you stuff. I know, Yakub. Oh, it is so beautiful. We're back. We are so back. Aren't we back? Guys, don't. And it's only been 36 days. It's been 36 days that Trump has been in office. Are we back? We're back. We're back. We're back like we never left. We never left. This is wonderful. I am so happy. Oh my God. We were headed in such a bad direction, but guess what? The U-turn has been sharp. That U-turn has been very, very sharp. We all got a little whiplash, but it feels so good. Oh, and the federal workers, I'm sorry guys that I'm wiping my nose in front of you. It's itchy. And the federal workers, what about the federal workers? What are they saying? Oh, we're mad because Trump is making us, what's it called? What did they say? What's the word that they use? Oh, justify. He's making us justify our jobs. That's not really what it's about. Okay. We have people on the government payroll that are no longer in this country, that no longer work for us, that aren't working at all, that many things, or that have already passed away and they're still on the government payroll. They're still getting money from us. So for this reason, it has to be cleaned. It's been a long time coming. Our government had to be cleaned one day or another. So, I mean, for all those federal workers who are complaining, listen, you guys saw on the leftist news media, they put somebody on there. It was a man, and the title said, "I voted for Trump. Federal workers regret voting for Trump." Really? Oh, really? So that would be me voting for Trump, which I did. I did, and I'll do it again. Me voting for Trump, and then Trump telling me to, or not, it was not even Trump, it's Elon Musk, but whatever. His administration telling me to tell them what I did in my job last week. Would I get mad that Trump is asking me to say that? I wouldn't. I'd be like, I can name you things that I did 4 weeks ago with proofs. I can show you. If you're not working, that's the only time it becomes a problem. That's the only time that you don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about what I did for work. Why are you asking? Well, what's there to know? Are you going to verify? Man, oh man, daddy is home. And you know, when daddy comes home, you feel happy that daddy's home, but then you also get a little scared, don't you? Because you know that daddy's going to check everything. Daddy's going to walk around the house, inspect rooms, look at homework, and ask mama what happened today. And if you get a bad report back from mama, or daddy inspects your room and it hasn't been attended to as it should have been, you know what's coming next. Everybody knows what comes next. Anybody who's had a daddy knows what comes next. Chitty chitty bang bang. Punishments. Consequences. See? Daddy's home. That's all it is. A spanking. Samuel, I guess you had it rough. Samuel's like a baseball bat, a beating, oh, cable wire. Samuel, I'm sorry, you had it rough. Okay, your daddy's a little bit different from mine, but yeah, whatever it may be, spanking, punishments, consequences. Who knows? A shoe. You don't know what it will be, but you know it's going to be something you don't like. And that's just the way it is. So daddy is home. Daddy is home. And with all the good of daddy being home, all the bad comes with it too. And I am so happy. I'm so happy. And now we all know what the real reason is. Will says 100 push-ups. Will's like, my daddy was military. 1,000 push-ups to be broken up in 6 days. Well, how are you all doing? How are you guys doing? I'm happy to be here. I hope you guys have had a great week. I sure have. Well, let me not lie. I've been in trial all week. So I'm not really here. I'm kind of here, but not really. So I'm just surviving off this here Sprite. Yeah, because I've had a really long week. Been in trial all week. Been being yelled at by opposing counsel and the judge and the bailiffs at one point. So I've had a rough week, but that's okay. That's okay. That's what weekends are for. It's to refresh ourselves and get back to it and get ready for the next week. So yeah. All right. Zelensky thought JD was being too loud. Zelensky, come here. That's his house. You see how that works? That's his house. He has the right to be loud if he wants to in his own house. You know, that's kind of how that works. See, if we were in the Ukraine, we couldn't get mad if Zelensky was speaking loudly. It's his house. It's his house. What? You're going to tell somebody in their own house, hey, shh, quiet, shut up. Oh, so good. The belt. I love you guys. Daddy home and ready to start whipping. Oh my God. But that's the reason why they didn't want daddy to come home too. That's another reason why, because they knew that was coming too. Because with all the happy, John Doe said, real estate app Zillow is littered with homes for sale in the DC area. Shut up. Shut up. You guys know what that means. You guys know what that means. Well. So. Could it be that now with daddy back home, oh my gosh, of course I'm frozen in that weird position. Well, could it be that now that daddy's back home, all those people who, oh my God, you know, draining the swamp, you guys know the term draining the swamp? It all makes sense because they were all huddled over there in DC. Those homes probably weren't even being used. I wonder what they were used for, though, when they were there. Diddy parties? Anybody? Diddy parties? Oh, I guess the Diddy parties aren't happening anymore. Time to sell the homes. You guys know those people were nasty. You guys know. Those people are nasty. They would rent houses. Shut up! You guys know that they would, I'm sorry, you guys know that they would rent houses just to be nasty. See? That's nasty. That's nasty. Zelensky is getting a whipping. You know what I figured out also? I figured out that Zelensky learned a lesson. I mean, it's sad that he had to learn it on the world stage, but sometimes that's just the way things happen. Sometimes you get beat in public. You act out in public, you get beat in public. That's what my parents said to me. Why does it keep freezing? I am so over this StreamYard stuff. I really am. I'm about ready to just. Samuel, have you found anything else for us to use?
Working on it. Yes.
We've got to get something else. This is just getting worse and worse. It's like every few seconds. And it's always on the worst parts. Like, watch, I'll do a bad face and watch it freezes right there. No, like, whatever. Well, when I'm not looking, it's going to do it.
Yeah, it's not going to do it when you're trying to do it.
It's sneaky like that. It just waits until I'm not looking, and then it's like, all right, here's the right part right there. Like, okay, no, okay, whatever. I'm sure it'll do it. It'll do it eventually. All right. Yaku says money laundering. Well, that's what I'm saying. But I still think that they had Diddy parties going on in those houses around DC. I do. Because wait. Because you guys know all those perverts and all those, let's just leave it at that. They would come to DC for meetings. And then after the meetings, you guys know they had parties. You guys know they had get togethers, visa parties. You guys know what the visa is, right? Visa parties. That's why. And I know that they did this. I'm not under any illusion of, no. Okay. Listen, Tsuka, look, I've been really nice to you, okay? But you really can get blocked. You can. It can happen. It can happen. Anything could happen, Tsuka. You need to watch yourself. Because clipping me is not good for your health. I just want you to know that. It won't be good for your health. I'm not saying anything bad is going to happen. I'm just saying you might choke on something, might slip up on something, might fall. You don't want that to happen. You might get slowly cut up in front of your family. I'm just saying, whatever. Oh, Suka Manuka. I'm joking somewhat. But, Are you guys ready? I know, Yando. Hot dog and visa parties. I know. Giving illegals visa. Oh, Blindy, what? Oh, Blindy. Now, stop it. They are refusing to release the Epstein stuff. Did you guys also hear Trump when he called out the Russia scam? Did you guys hear that? He called it out in front of the media's face. And what did the media do? They nodded in agreement because even they knew. The media didn't even try to act like Russia was real. See, and that's not even an ugly face that it stopped on. But anyway, the media didn't even try to act like Russia was real. When he said Russia, it was a hoax. The media, the people with the cameras, they were like, yeah, we know. We're the ones who promoted it. Yeah. It's just, there's no shame in those people, No shame. Let me drink my Sprite. I will be right back. I can't let you guys see me drink out of a cup. Out of a can. It's not ladylike. All right. I am going to open up the news for us because Larry told me that he graciously made me a list. Thank you, Larry, so much. And Larry scounders the news, the internet, the social medias, the porn hubs. I'm joking. I'm joking, Larry. And he scounders, is that the right word? Scounders? But he goes through all of the news. Oh my gosh, of course I'm frozen. But he goes through all of the news to find us the best. How do you spell it, Samael? Scours? Okay, yeah, scours. He scours the news for us to bring us the best and the finest and the most recent news ever. Thank you so much, Larry. And let's give Larry a round of applause. Larry, she's not joking. He goes through everything for us, the Diddy videos, the everything, the freak offs. He says it's for scientific reasons, though. So that matters. Okay, so okay. Mm. 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 Okay. Huh. Huh. Okay. Okay. This is good. This is good. I'm happy. All right. I am happy. All right. Here we go. I think I'm going to start with this one. Okay. I hope I'm not frozen. All right. I'm not. Trump. Trump has a few countries in Europe that he loves. One of them is Poland. He loves Poland because Poland is based. And then he also loves Hungary. Hungary is very based as well. They even said that they will not be allowing non Christian or non Christian, what's it called? Assimilating people in their nation. If they are people who come with different ideology, that they will not fit in Hungary and they won't be welcomed. So Hungary is very based. And Hungary is no longer tolerating pride marches. So the influence of President Trump has been extended to Hungary, whose government is proposing legal changes to prevent the annual Pride March from occurring in the same public form that it has previously. Because every country now kind of has its own form of Pride Month. And how far along are we in this live stream? Yeah, I think I can say it now. I think I can say it now. Leave me alone, Samael. Leave me alone. The gays will gay. Okay? Okay? The faggotry runs amok. I love that word, amok. It's amok. Guys, tell me that word isn't one of the funniest English words. Amok. It runs amok. But yes, the faggotry runs amok. And Hungary said, oh, heck no. So Hungary is no longer tolerating this crap. They're tired of the glitter all over the streets. They're tired of men in thongs and the sweat and they're tired of it. Okay, they're tired of it because they don't want to clean that stuff up off the streets when it's all said and done. And I understand them completely. I understand them. So Hungary has said enough with this bull crap, enough with the faggotry in our country, and they are now proposing legal changes to the pride marches and all that. And according to the Prime Minister Chief of Staff, his name is hear me out. Georgeli Gulia. The government has never, ever supported the Pride parades, but there wasn't enough room to maneuver and push a ban through up until Trump reclaimed his White House. We believe, oh, this is a quote from the president. He says, "We believe that Pride marching through downtown, now that the U.S. ambassador can no longer lead it, should not be tolerated by the country." And you guys realize, I've said this to you guys before, but you guys already knew this. You guys knew this even well before me. What America does sends waves through the rest of the world. When America gets her house in order, other nations follow through and follow suit as well. This is why it's so important that we keep America straight. And in more than one way, I mean straight in every way. We need to keep America on the right path because that keeps everyone else in the right path too. And we just don't realize it. We just don't realize how much influence we have around the world. So now, he said that they believe that Pride marching through downtown, now that the U.S. ambassador can no longer lead it, should not be tolerated by the nation. And according to the reporting news outlet, former U.S. ambassador to Hungary, named David Pressman, was a constant critic of the Prime Minister Viktor Orban's government and regularly participated in the Pride marches, of course, of freaking course. He participated in the Pride marches with other foreign diplomats, of course, because the faggotry needs to spread. Of course, of course. Faggotry, it just needs to spread. It has to be shared, right? You can't do it alone. It's just like misery. It loves company. Pressman, David Pressman, he stepped down from his post just before the Trump administration took power because he was a raging leftist. And he knew that he would not be able to do his duties the way he likes under President Trump. Over the last few years, however, Hungary has restricted alphabet rights to protect their children because Hungary actually cares about their children. They have done this to protect their children, but the parade still drew thousands of people because we know that demons are alive in many people. Just because it brought thousands of people doesn't mean anything. Demons always exist. This, however, is likely the motivation powering Hungary's Pride March organizers' decision to prepare for a Pride March in Budapest for June the 28th. They asserted that the government should be focused on finding real solutions for basic issues like the cost of living instead of further restricting the basic freedoms of the Hungarian people. You know what? They're telling the Hungarian government that they should be focused on finding real solutions to the cost of living instead of butting into the Hungarian people's freedoms. No. That's not how that works. You don't get to tell the government that we are doing debauchery over here. Government, look the other way. Because when the debauchery happens and you don't like it, who do you call to get to stop it? You call the government, don't you? So you don't get to tell the government that now they can't clean up debauchery. It spreads like STDs. Yakub, it is almost Sunday, sir. It is almost Sunday. Get it together, Yakub. Shut up! I'm going to beat you. You want to get beat? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, now I'm moving on back to this one. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, I went all the way down there, didn't I? So, yeah, the Hungarians are saying that they should be finding real solutions for basic issues like the cost of living instead of restricting basic freedoms of the Hungarian people. The organizers are likely speaking about laws currently in place, such as the 2019 law declaring that only a man and a woman can get married. Hmm. Hungary sounds like a beautiful country. Sounds like a beautiful country. It sounds like what America used to be. Um, there are also laws that forbid alphabet couples from adopting children. Very good. And it prevents transsexuals from changing their name and sex on their official documents. Darn straight. Darn straight. You don't get to change your sex on official documents. Official documents should be the true. It should be the true, or at least as close to the true as possible. But there is no gray area between male or female. And that's a big deal. So anyway, in addition, the promotion and display of homosexuality to minors was also outlawed in 2021, sparking anger among its critics who accused the law of conflating LGBTQIA plus pedos plus everybody sick with pedophilia activity. Am I stupid? Where is the lie? They said, "Oh, you guys are conflating gay people with pedos." Um, uh, uh it just so happens that quite often they tend to go together. And you know what else? The reason why the faggot flag The reason why the faggotry flag is a bunch of bright colors is to attract people like children, people who are not mentally well, because who else is attracted to bright, pretty colors? Who? Bees? Children. Only children see bright, pretty colors and get enticed to see what it's about. That is to entice children. It's also the reason why you see a lot of them dressing up as animals, like the furries and all that. They're doing that, dressing in these unicorns, and the unicorn being the gay, what is it called, mascot and all that. All of these things are attractive to children. They are trying to attract children to their way of life. And to say that they're not would be disingenuous. Or animals is a side of being venomous. I mean, and another thing is this: if it were true that these people were not pedophiles, if it were true, then why in the hell are they always trying to get inside of schools? Why? Why are all the people who fly that flag? Why are they always the ones trying to get into schools? Why are they always trying to teach children how to perform oral sex? Why are they always teaching children how it feels to have oral sex given to them by the same sex? Why? If they're not pedos, why haven't I seen that in mass from straights? I don't see straights trying to get into schools and trying to put books in front of children. Did you guys read that book? That book was, I think it was like for like third graders or fourth graders, but the book had a sentence or two in it, and it said something like and then he pulled down my pants and put my cock in his mouth. It felt so good. like a warm cherry pie. This book was made for children to read, and the school boards allowed that book to be in the schools. But they banned the book promoting Christianity. They banned the book talking about the life of Jesus. I know I'm frozen. They banned all the good books, but they let books talking about how he put my penis in his mouth. That was okay. That was okay. And why? All because of the fags. And you're not going to tell me any different because it was under that flag, the rainbow flag, that this was allowed. It wasn't allowed under Christianity. You didn't see, and I know the Catholics have had their own thing going on, okay? But you don't see religious people trying to indoctrinate children that way, trying to put books inside of schools. You see perverts. Perverts will always exist. There will always be perverts. But this happens in mass under that stupid gay flag. And you're not going to tell me in it. And listen, my thing is, I kind of like them actually having a flag because it lets me know. It lets me know to keep my children away from them. It lets me know. Shadow! I have Shadow in the dungeon today because she didn't know how to behave. Now she's trying to scratch her way out, and I will not tolerate it. She will get all the punishments that Larry should be getting. Since I don't have Larry here, and I can't do it to him, and Carrie's not here, can't do it to him because there's no engine block here, Shadow is going to get it. And Shadow is going to get all of it. She's going to take all of this wrath. It is the way it is. That's just how it is. Life is unfair. Life is unfair. Listen, it doesn't matter if it's a girl or a boy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because even her being a girl, she still humps the other bunnies. So it doesn't matter what she is. She thinks she's a lesbian. We're going to get that right out of her. I'll beat her with the Bible if I have to. You hear that, Shadow? So, okay, so where were we? All right, back to this. Now, there has been a civil rights complaint filed against a teenager who refused to play basketball against a transsexual athlete. Now, I'm going to save that one for later. Because I want to talk about something else right now. Since we're on the topic of fags, I think that this is a great time for us to, you know what? We could just deviate. We could deviate from topic to topic. We could just do like that. Okay, we'll deviate a little bit. We'll just do a little deviation and we'll come back to that because, I'm in a mood tonight. I don't know what is wrong with me tonight, but I'm in a mood. A Californian Democrat councilwoman has been caught crying her eyes out as her husband, who was an illegal alien, an illegal invader, was arrested by the FBI. Her name is Yadira Perez. Yadira Perez. Okay? She was a councilwoman for the city of Coachella. Coachella, the party city. She is a councilwoman for the city of Coachella, and she bled tears during an interview while asserting that she's being politically targeted due to her illegal alien husband, who is 51-year-old Isidro Jimenez, and he was snatched up by ICE in a Walmart parking lot. Can we all just bow our heads really quickly for a little prayer? I cannot believe they at Walmart parking lot, they couldn't find anywhere else to get him. That's just the most embarrassing part right there. Walmart parking lot. So where did they get you? Coming out of Walmart with my Walmart goods. But here it is. Perez revealed to the news outlets that Jimenez, her husband, had been arrested back in 1994 for drug possession before they met. Then he was deported in 1995. Perez met her husband after he invaded the United States and admitted that since then he's been arrested for 2 Deweys and 1 misdemeanor assault. Seems like he's been such a great stand-up citizen, Miss Councilwoman. You really know how to pick 'em. A councilwoman. Can you guys imagine? In the city of Coachella, she is married to a drug dealing, drinking and driving, beating on people on the streets man who's also an illegal. Wonderful. And that's who you chose to bring into our government as your husband. Perez she recorded her husband being taken away with commentary while trying to be anonymous because she didn't want people to know who she was. But she also wanted to cry and make a big scene. She said, and I quote, "My family was just separated. They have taken my kid's father. These are the desperate cries for help." In a statement to reporters, ICE chimed in with a more detailed list of Jimenez's crimes. Jimenez, as a Mexican national who was captured in a targeted enforcement action, or also known as a T. I'm sorry. Okay, whatever. I know that was corny, whatever. I thought it was funny because targeted enforcement action, T-E-A-T, but I drink a lot of tea, so yeah. Right. So anyway, Jimenez is a Mexican national who was captured in a targeted enforcement action. He was convicted of 1 Dewey in 2007. Oh, DUI, guys. He was convicted of a DUI in 2007, inflicting corporal injury to a spouse in 1998. Oh, so he's a woman beater too. Wonderful. Isn't that, she's lucky to have him. She is lucky. Oh, I know the girls are just lining up for that one. He beats his women too. So, corporal injury to a spouse in 1998 and assault with a deadly weapon in 2023. 2023. So in 2023, he would have been at the tender age of 50 years old or 49. And so that means he still hasn't learned his lesson about staying out of trouble. And these are only the things that he's gotten caught for, mind you, because typically a person who is a criminal, they typically have done way more than they get caught for. They've done probably 8 times to 10 times more than whatever they got caught for. This is just getting caught. Now, according to Perez, the separation of a family is not right. It's inhumane. She also asserted that her husband was the reason why she went down the path of public service. Oh, really? Was it to lock him up? She said, and I quote, "He is the one who motivated me to fight for transparency, unity, and safety of our city. People are playing dirty, but I will keep fighting for my community until the end." Perez threatened to quit her position in the city council to damage the city government ability to operate if Jimenez is deported. So she thinks that the city won't be able to operate without her. Who's going to tell her? Who's going to tell her Who's going to tell her? Somebody tell her. Somebody, please help her get her head out her arse. Somebody, please. It's an emergency because she could honestly pass away because there's no oxygen up there in the backside. There's no oxygen up there. Somebody has got to help her get her head out her arse. This is dangerous. It's very dangerous. This is a life-threatening event. Head up the arse is a very serious condition. Very serious. Deadly, too. Somebody should help her get her head up her arse. Oh, well. She said that she's going to quit her position in the city and damage the city's government's ability to operate if her husband is deported. He was released on bond this past Tuesday and scheduled for a hearing in April. As far as for Perez's conspiracy assertions, there's no proof that she's being targeted for any reason, politics, personal, or otherwise. Her husband is illegal. It's not a targeted thing against her. And that's the story. Yadira Perez, for anybody who wants to know. Yakub, thank you for saying what I can't. Thank you for saying what I can't. Because that's exactly what I wanted to. But I try to keep it nice. I try to be nice. Thank you so much. Everybody, look at what Yakub said and just hear it in my voice. Oh my gosh, I'm frozen again. Hear it in my voice, okay? Just read what he said and just hear it in my voice. That's me saying that. Hello, Azrael. Hello. Welcome in. She won't listen. Yeah, I got that. Okay, you guys want some LGBTQIA plus pedos plus everything sick news? Do you guys want some? Here we go. Pride in Toronto, Canada, or our 51st state. Pride Toronto has lost funding due to Trump's DEI purge. Trump is getting rid of the diversity, equity, and inclusion crap, okay? I don't care what color your skin is. Can you do the job or not? I don't care if you claim to be a sexual, bisexual, transsexual. I don't care. I don't care what you do in your personal life. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what you identify as. I don't care what language you speak. Can you speak English? Can you? Can you do the job? That's what matters. So, Pride of Toronto, reportedly one of the biggest LGBTQ celebrations in North America, has been body slammed by the sudden loss of 3 major sponsors due to President Trump's DEI policy purge in the United States. Do you guys see how the United States influences the rest of the world? You guys see, right? You guys see. Hungary, Poland, Ukraine, Canada, every other nation, Russia, all of them change. But one thing about Russia is that they still remain based. They never really did let the LGBTQ stuff over there, which is based. But anyway, according to Pride Toronto's executive director, Kojo Modeste, the sponsors who pulled their support do business in America, and they don't want to be viewed as alphabet supporters. They said, and I quote, "There's a level of fear that has been instilled into them by Donald Trump's administration." They are scared of Donald Trump's administration. Be scared. Be very scared. Be very afraid. That's what we want. We like it. We like it when you're afraid. Modeste did not elaborate on which sponsors pulled out in case they decide to resume their financial support later. But He did say that their leaving will not affect the size of the festival. We'll see about that. We'll see. You still have a couple of months yet. However, Modeste did express concern that this development could inspire subsequent pullouts. And he said, and I quote, "This could lead to some significant changes that could really have a huge step back for the LGBT community globally." Yeah, that's pretty much what we want. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been trying to get done. Yep, that's just about it. That'll do it. Yep. I don't know what else they thought we were looking for. Yeah, that's the goal of the game. So they're talking about this like it's a bad thing. They're like, this could be a huge step back for the LGBT globally. This could be just it could make our pride parade smaller, and it could cause more people to not want to be associated with pride organizations, and where is the negative again? Where's the con in this? Maybe I'm just not. I'm not getting it. Trump's pullout game is on point. Samuel, go. You know what? Go to the naughty corner. You're gonna go to the naughty corner right now. There we go. Go to the naughty corner. You know that was uncalled for, right? See, this is the problem. See, when people, there's some people who are mods who think that they are above correction. Samael, you're not above. You can still go to the naughty corner. You can still visit the naughty corner. Samael. Don't feel bad for him. There's people like, oh, poor Sam. Don't feel bad for him. No, don't feel bad. They're scared of daddy. I know. Start up the wood chipper. Mine is never off. Mine is always on. You guys hear that hum? Tell me you guys hear it. That's the wood chipper. It's always on, just in case, because you just never know. Sometimes they just fall in there by accident. Maybe it's because I hang a child over it every day from 3 to 7 p.m. But, you know, you got to do something to get them over there. You got to do something. Trump is saving my peoples too. God bless daddy. That's right, Aaron. The Canadians, they're getting it too. They're loving it. It's about time his green... Oh my gosh. Larry is like, finally. He never gets anything. I am really nice to Samael, aren't I? Samael, you're getting it today. Oh. It says, I hear it. I thought it was a motorcycle ready for you to roll out. No, it's the wood chipper. No. It is the wood chipper. Hayabusa. It's a Hayabusa wood chipper. Hayabusa. Maybe Jixer. Trump is destroying Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. Okay, I'll give you guys one more story and then I'm checking out today. Reason is I'm tired. I am tired. And hold on. Let me see. Ooh-wee. Okay, I want to give you guys something about Zelensky. Okay, here we go. So Zelensky was supposed to sign a deal, as you guys know, right, about the raw materials. You guys remember the raw materials deal that he was supposed to sign. So, am I frozen? Okay, I'm not frozen. Okay, so Zelensky twice refused to sign the materials deal before this meeting that went sour with Trump, which if he did sign it, it would exchange billions of dollars, which will be given to them, for rare earths and other resources given to us. But it has been revealed to news outlets that Zelensky first refused to sign the deal with the Trump administration in Kiev, and then later Zelensky again, he was supposed to sign the deal while meeting with the vice president, with JD Vance, and the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and what's it called? Senator Eric Schmidt posted on his X account that, and I quote, Zelensky could have signed that deal 5 days earlier, but he wanted to come to the White House. He'd been difficult for 2 weeks, yet he wanted to do a White House meeting. It was his idea. Trump was upbeat about it just the day before, publicly and privately the day of. Although he could have reset the whole thing, Zelensky was antagonistic and over the top. He had a 1-foot putt. I'm not sure what that means. The 1-foot putt. Maybe you guys know what that means. But he was more interested in litigating issues that should be discussed behind closed doors in public. So, because he wanted to discuss these personal things in front of the American media, he got embarrassed by JD Vance. JD Vance called him out, and because they had already said certain things would not be discussed. They said to Zelensky, first of all, do not come to the White House, to the Oval Office, and talk about diplomacy and how you don't like the idea of diplomacy. That you don't like the idea of America and Russia being diplomatic. Do not come here and try to discuss that issue because we're going to be diplomatic. So he did it anyway. This is the reason why stuff went left. That's why it went left as it did. And a lot of people were wondering, well, this was kind of rough. They were kind of like mean to Zelensky, or they kind of just didn't have any patience for him. It was a setup. No, it wasn't. They had specifically told him certain things before the meeting. And Zelensky was the one who broke those rules. And since he did that, he got embarrassed. That's what happens. So, of course, we know that when he met with President Trump and others, he was extremely disrespectful, attempting to talk over both the vice president and the president as they scolded him. And at one point, Trump said, you're not acting at all thankful and you're gambling with World War III. Now, which is true? The reason we say this is true is because Zelensky, he said, I want America to be on my side, not Russia's side, later when he was on Fox. He went on Fox after their meeting and told Fox News that he wanted America to be more on Ukraine's side because Ukraine is the victim here. He said Ukraine is the victim here. Now, when you're asking America, with the largest military in the world, the most powerful military in the world, you're asking America to step in for you, essentially, against Russia. You are risking World War III because America cannot be too present without being present at the same time, because Russia is going to see America being present as, well, then you're involved too. Because how are you involved but not involved? How are you on the battlefield but you're not in this war? You're going to put us in World War III. Because the moment that Russia decides that America is also the enemy too, because we're fighting with Ukraine, we're helping Ukraine on their side, then we're screwed. Everybody's in it then. So that's what Trump was trying to hint at by telling him, hey, you're asking America to go against Russia for you. And that's too close to World War III. So we're not doing that. But anyway, back to the article. Zelensky objected to President Trump's observation about the World War III. And he said that he has all the respect for America and asserting that he said thanks already. He already said thank you after Vice President JD told him that. The argument ended, of course, you guys saw it, with President Trump answering the reporter's question saying, I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America, and for the good of the world, I'm aligned with the world. And I want to get this over with. You guys know that following the meeting, President Trump kicked Zelensky out of the White House in the Oval Office and gave the lunch that was originally intended for Zelensky and his people. He gave that lunch to the staffers and the press. Yes, because that is just like feeding the leftovers to the hound dogs. And that's exactly what happened. The leftovers were fed to the hound dogs instead of to him. And National Security Advisor Mike Waltz claimed that Zelensky's team was practically in tears and that Zelensky did his country a grand disservice. The Ukrainian ambassador, it's a woman, or I don't know, she's an ambassador to, I guess, the United States, but she was holding her head down when Zelensky was constantly talking back and acting ungrateful to Trump and the vice president in front of the world. She had her head down in shame. She's like, oh my gosh, like he can just pull back and express a little bit of humility and this will all be over. But instead, he wants to cross his arms and say, no, I've said thank you already. How about saying it again in front of the world so that the world can see? No, I don't want ceasefire. If you don't want a ceasefire, fund your own war, pay for your own war. But anyway, the Ukrainians even begged to return and continue the meeting, but they were denied by President Trump. Trump said, we've seen enough. We've seen enough. And I think that was the best answer that he could have given. Because had he continued this meeting behind closed doors, you guys know the press would have said, oh, it was all for show. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It was all just a show and da, da, da. So it is good that Trump ended it the way he did. And he didn't just continue it behind closed doors. You know what I mean? Waltz also told reporters that both President Trump and Vice President JD told Zelensky that he needs to change his attitude and be more grateful if he wants the fighting to stop, which President Trump doesn't believe Zelensky actually wants. We know he doesn't want that. He just wants more money. He wants money. He wants security. He wants America to be his hound dog. He wants America to step into this war and basically fight the war, but Ukraine get all the credit. That's what he wants. He wants Ukraine to get the credit, but America be the one to pay for your war, to give you all the bullets, all the firearms, everything you need. We're basically fighting your war, but you get all the credit. That's what he wants. He's enjoying the fact that he can go to every single nation on this planet dressed in scrubs and scraps and go to every country and say, give me money for Ukraine. If you care about Ukraine, you will give us money. And every nation, because it looks bad if you don't, every nation is, we don't want to see people dying. Did you guys see he had pictures? He had pictures of prisoners, of soldiers who are prisoners and all that, prisoners of war. This guy goes around dressed in clothes that you wouldn't even wear to the grocery store, dressed like that as a president, and goes around with pictures, sympathy pictures. Oh, look at Ukraine. Look. But then when Trump said, oh, your cities are desecrated, your people are dying. No. Ukraine is good. We are fighting. We have schools. We have hospitals. What is it? 1 minute you're begging for money and saying, oh, look at Ukraine, look at the pictures. And the next minute you're telling us, oh, we're fine. If you're fine, get your arse out of the White House. If you're fine. Anyway. So We don't believe that Zelensky wants to stop fighting. He wants this. He's happy with this situation because he gets a lot of perks from this. He gets a lot of benefits from being the victim. And he gets a lot of money thrown at him. He gets a lot of sympathy. I'm sure he hasn't had to pay a thing to any other nation since this whole situation has started. No nation is going to demand that Ukraine pay their bills to them while this is happening. So think about it. He doesn't have to pay anybody back anymore. He gets money thrown at him, and we don't know where this money is going. We have no clue. He was asked, where did the $350 billion go? And he said, oh, it went to good things. Well, darn sure didn't go to your wardrobe because you haven't put on a suit as a president in years. But, anyway, so apparently Zelensky has found a friend in the British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, who has pledged his full support of Ukraine and gave Zelensky a $2.8 billion accelerated loan to pay for weapons production. And that was one day after Zelensky hit the Trump brick wall. So the Brits are feeling sorry for Ukrainian President Zelensky because they saw the pictures and the scrubs that he was wearing, the freaking jeans and ripped up shirt. They're like, oh, poor Zelensky. He can't even get a suit and he has pictures. So they gave him 2.8 billion. And they said they told the press that Zelensky has the quote unquote full backing of the United Kingdom. And as soon as Zelensky arrived, that's what happened. While taking questions from reporters, Zelensky pushed back against President Trump's assertion about him saying, no one wants peace more than Ukraine. No one wants peace more than we do. You know, I think I speak English pretty well, but maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I don't really understand what I didn't understand when he said, I don't want ceasefire. But, and then you said, but no one wants peace more than Ukraine. No one wants more peace than him. He wants all the peace. But I don't want ceasefire. Mama Huevo, how else do you plan to have the peace? How you plan to have peace? Like, well, we're going to get the peace by fighting. The beast is going to come after the fighting. No, not after. While we fight, we're going to be making beasts on the battlefield too. The beast is coming on the battlefield with American monies. Give me money. Look at the pictures. Trump, if you guys don't know, Trump did say that all further aid to Ukraine is going to be halted. We're going to see how he does without our help because apparently he doesn't want ceasefire. He doesn't want us to help him get peace. So we're not going to keep funding a war. So let's see how he does. Yes, Mama Huevo. You guys heard that? I didn't think you guys would understand that. Yes, Mama Huevo. Listen, don't focus on the non-English words, okay? Focus on the English words, okay, everybody? Don't think about non-English words that I say. Just focus on the good. Shut up! Stop! Focus on, hi, Mo, how are you? Let's focus on the, good night, everybody. Good night. I go. Good night, everybody. Cool cat, leave. Listen, stop. Good night, everybody. Thank you all. You're gonna learn a lot of Spanish hanging around me. Good night, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining me today. It has been a pleasure. I have really enjoyed my time. And guys, if you guys ever get a chance to watch the Zelensky Ukrainian Trump thing, watch it from the beginning. Watch it. Don't just watch the 10 minutes interact. Watch from the full beginning, because that's when you really know. But the Ramadan has begun, so you guys need to wish me happy Ramadan. Wish me luck, because I did not prepare this year. I am not ready. And of course, I'm frozen. But anyway, I did not prepare this year, so wish me luck. I don't know why I acted like I didn't know it was coming. And it just showed up at my door. So wish me luck this year, because it's going to be rough. All right, then. So thank you all for joining me. And yes, I need prayers, Aaron. Don't just say happy. I need prayers and belief, and light some candles for me and some incense and some water, holy water, something, everything. I need it all. I didn't even prepare. I don't even have food. I don't even have food in the house. Anyway, good night, everybody. Good night. I will see you guys next time. Aaron. Kumbaya, my love. Thank you guys so much. I will see you. Larry, who are you to say, you know what, Larry, you're just lucky you're not here, because I would have you in the dungeon right now. Not Shadu. You would be in the dungeon. Good night, everybody. Give me some kumbayas. Send me some Ramadan wishes, because, like I said, I need it. And I will see you all, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. I think Wednesday I will come back. So, yeah. Bye-bye. I yield my time.
Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.